What's up, everybody? My name is Tim Ruswick, and today I want to talk a little bit about mentorship and about how to effectively get a good mentor, because mentors are something that I have brought up a lot on the channel. I've had a few mentors in my life. I've had a few people that kind of taught me the ropes and shared things with me and kind of taught me things. And it's been really effective to kind of streamline your learning. But I'm reading a book right now called Smart Cuts by Shane Snow, and I wanted to share a passage with you guys. By the way, this is one of the great things about Kindle. If you're not on Kindle, this is why you need to get a Kindle, because you can highlight stuff and just see all of your highlights in one place. Anyway, so this is a passage that I pulled from page 44 of Smart Cuts by Shane Snow. It says, in fact, one-on-one mentoring in which an organization formally matched people proved to be nearly as worthless as a person having not been mentored at all. However, when students and mentors came together on their own and formed personal relationships, the mentored did significantly better as measured by future income, tenure, number of promotions, job satisfaction, work stress, and self-esteem. Now, that was based on a study that they did about mentoring. I thought that was really, really interesting because, you know, a lot of people think of a mentor as this official thing, right? I'm going to go get a mentor. I'm going to ask somebody to mentor me, or I'm going to join a mentorship program. But it doesn't really work that way. Like, you can't really hire a mentor. You can't really buy one. And it's not an official position. I don't think it works well. Like, I've gotten emails from people in the past that said, Tim, I was wondering if you'd be my mentor. I have to say no. What, like, that question doesn't make sense to me. Be your mentor? Like, how? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, that doesn't make sense. But if I form a relationship with somebody, right? If I make friends with people from the community, they ask me questions, maybe I help them out here or there. We start to develop a relationship, right? Maybe they're good at something, and maybe I hire them to do something for me, and then we talk a little bit. And maybe that turns into some kind of mentorship. That's certainly how all the mentorships that I've had have went, right? This guy named Kelly was one of my mentors. He was the VP of the company that the real estate company that I did marketing for. He was there. He was there every day, and I would go in like around 3ish because I was technically a contractor. I didn't really work there, but I would go in there every day, and he was always there in his office, and we built a relationship over time. We eventually started companies together. We eventually did things. He referred me business. We would just go and we would chat. Like, I remember he had a house out by Marina Del Rey, so we'd go out by the ocean and just hang out and chat, maybe have lunch together or something. And that was a really natural like mentorship, right? I didn't ask him, hey Kelly, can you mentor me? It was just kind of like we hung out and I learned a bunch from him. He learned some from me. I absorbed everything. I tried everything he would bring up, and I would get better over time, over the probably 6 or 7 years that we were hanging out. Like, I learned so much from that guy, and he has been a huge impact on my life. And I've had other mentors too, but he's probably one of the main ones. And that did not happen officially. I didn't hire him. I didn't ask him to be a mentor. I didn't do any of that. I just kind of reached out to him and talked to him. And honestly, after he left the company, he reached out to me and he said, hey, do you want to have lunch or something? So I was super grateful for that, because I was super shy still. Like, I still had problems actually reaching out and talking to people. I wanted to keep a relationship with him, but I didn't know how. And like I said, he was the VP, and I always thought he was like way, above me. He's this super professional dude that can make hundreds of thousands of dollars consulting and doing crazy stuff. And here I'm just this kid that, pretended I knew marketing to get a deal with a real estate company. So like, that happened organically. And a lot of people, they put too much stress. They read about oh, you need to get a mentor, right? They'll read that in a book, or they'll watch a YouTube video about it. And they'll try and like do that, but they try and do it in the weirdest way. Like, they try and get an official mentor, or like ask somebody to be a mentor. That's not how it works. Like, anybody can be a mentor. It doesn't matter where they're at in life. Anybody can be a mentor to anyone else. It just happens when, you build an organic relationship with that person, and that person knows something that you don't know. They have a skill set that you don't have. For him, like, I told Kelly this multiple times, like, he had the most attractive, amazing personality that I ever met. He was social. He was like vibrant. He was really into theater. So he had like, a larger than life personality, which was awesome, being this super shy kid that couldn't talk at all. Right. And then he was in marketing and sales, so he could sell anybody anything. And I would always like clam up and not say anything at all. So I told him that. I was like, how do I get that? And, he didn't have a direct answer for me, but hanging out with him for a while, arguing with him when we started a company together, going back and forth, all that stuff kind of led to picking some of those qualities up, right? And kind of learning a little bit about that stuff. And that's what I think was so effective about the relationship. And I have people in my life too that like, I'm not an official mentor for. I don't consider myself a mentor for, but do I help them out in different ways? Do I help teach them stuff? Sure. Do I like stick by them and like, share thoughts, and if they ask me my opinion on something, I'll give it, but it's all that organic stuff that really creates a good bond, and it's how you learn. And I think this study kind of proves that, like, you can't have an official mentorship. If your organization or your workplace tries to set up a mentorship with older people, this is not going to work. Like, you got to want it. First of all, you have to actually want to learn from someone. And two, you got to do it on your own. You got to reach out to people and actually make those relationships happen. And that's scary, right? But a lot of people, I think when they grow older, the older someone gets, I think mentally healthy people all have some kind of desire to pass on what they've learned, all have some kind of desire to help people in the world. And one way or another, like however they can, right? Like not everybody can pass out food to the homeless, but some people are they have some kind of technical skill that they can share or something like that. Everybody can help in their own way. And if you reach out to somebody that knows something that you want to learn, chances are they'll be more than likely to help you. But I think asking for a mentor is a bad idea. I think asking question about your thing or asking their opinion on something is a good way to start. And building a personal relationship with somebody is kind of how you get there. So those are my thoughts, because I've been thinking a lot about this. A lot of people have asked me about it because I bring mentors up, and especially in the feeling lost video. So thought I would mention it. That's all I got for you. If you have any questions on this, let me know your thoughts. Leave them down below. Add a comment. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. But once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.